Hello and welcome to the Dump and Chase podcast on 88.1 FM WLRA The Start, Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois. Reid and Rebecca back in the studio for episode number 8? 7.
We got it wrong last week.
Did we get it wrong? Oh. Really? Wow. 7. All right. We're back for episode 7. Today we're joined by Tyler Morfoot and Christian Rorer. Got the names right this time. Check that off the box if you have your bingo card at home. Thanks for joining us, guys, for coming on.
Thank you.
I should turn your mic on, Christian. There we go. That would help. So the way we do it, we split the show up between personal. Well, that sounds weird. Off-ice questions and on-ice questions. So we've been giving guests the choice this year. So do you guys want to start with hockey or keep hockey for the end?
I'll keep hockey for the end.
Keep hockey for the end?
That's fine.
All right. We'll talk about school first, get that out of the way. So starting off, what made you guys decide to come to Lewis? Was it the academics, hockey, a mix of both?
For me, it was a mix of both.
Yeah, same with me. Mix of both.
So kind of going off of that, what was what is your guys' majors?
My major is in exercise science. I'd like to do something with exercise or movement of any kind, working out, something like that.
Okay.
Mine's just something in business.
Okay.
I don't know yet what I'm gonna do.
Got it. Any favorite classes you've taken so far? I know it's early.
For me, no. I don't have any. I'll be real, I don't like any of my classes, really, so that's all right.
I like my global history class. The teacher's pretty cool.
Okay, nice. We talked to Selman last week about academic reading. Are either of you guys in academic reading? You are?
I don't really enjoy it that much.
No,
it's not my least favorite class, but it's just a class.
It's just kind of
there. It's not that interesting, yeah, no.
That's fair. See, I didn't have to take it, luckily, but I don't know. Someone was trying to explain what it is, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
We do a lot of vocabulary stuff and, like, reading from books.
That sounds terrible.
Did you have to take it, Rebecca?
I did.
Really? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Didn't even know it was a thing until Selman brought it up, and I thought it was something new for, like, the new coming classes. Guess not. It's been around for a bit.
Because you talked to Carrie about it.
Did I?
Yeah.
When? What? I don't remember ever hearing about this academic reading class. The more you know, I guess. Let's see. So kind of you guys are both freshmen, so early on in your college career, any kind of goals that you've set, both academically and I guess we can talk hockey goals as well.
To start academically, it's pretty straightforward. Get good grades. Obviously don't want to fail any classes. And then I guess I'll add on with hockey. I just want to be a good player. I mean, I know that sounds really generic, but, last year I had knee surgery. So, recovering from that is pretty hard. And, I mean, it's a jump from high school varsity, obviously. So, I want to be a good player. So, whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
It's like the same with academics, basically. Just get good grades, don't fail. And then for hockey, I guess just continue to get better as, like, the year goes on. And it's like, I don't know, just get better throughout the whole season.
Absolutely. Next question. We're going to talk bucket list. Top 3. Well, we always ask top 3 things on the bucket list. Let's change it to your top bucket list item.
Ooh. If you got one, you can go. I don't know if I have one. Mine?
Is that easier or harder choosing one instead of 3?
So, like, for item, you mean, like, something we could buy or anything?
Anything you want to do or buy or have or... Something you have to do in your lifetime.
That is a great question. I don't think about this often.
That
is a great question.
Leave the country and go like somewhere else outside of the country.
No, I'm completely opposite. I'll stay in the USA. For me, it'd probably be to get an RV or something, take it around the country. So yeah, traveling. We're both involved in traveling, but I would stay in the country. So
you just kind of live off the grid for a bit.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad. I don't know if I could do it for like too long.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
we're talking like 2 weeks max.
Oh, okay, God. I don't know if you're gonna spend like a whole summer living in a van or something like that.
No, that's what my dad wants to do. And
really?
I'll admit, me and my mom are like, nah. Like we're city folk, suburb folk, and he's like, yo, like let's just go off grid. I'm like, nah. Like I'm fine.
Can't do it.
No.
Let's see. If you could invite anyone, alive or dead, to dinner, who would it be and why, and what meal would you serve? This one's kind of a loaded question.
That's a great question, though. Oh. So someone alive or dead to go out to dinner.
Yep.
Okay. You got any more footer?
I was thinking about this all day ever since my dad told me about it.
Your dad did some pre-show scouting for you.
He was like, they asked you that question. I was thinking about it. I still have I still don't know. So.
If I think of a better one, I'll try to say it.
All right. Well, so we have a clip in here from when Parshall and Bishop were on.
Okay.
So maybe we'll play that, and that'll spark a little inspiration for you guys. How about?
All right.
So this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I got sick of telling this story, so we just found the audio and put it in the system to make it easier. So here it is.
If you could invite anyone, alive or dead, to dinner, who would it be and why? And what meal would you serve?
That's a good one. All right.
Honestly, that's a good question.
We've had some good answers for this one.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right.
I want to see. I just want to know. You know, I just want to know.
You just want to have a nice dinner with him?
Yeah.
Answer all the questions?
I probably would serve sushi.
Sushi?
Honestly.
Okay.
You know, he likes fish. I feel like sushi is just like a nice meal it's like finger food.
Yeah, that's fair.
You could have you just talk. Maybe some tartare.
There you go.
Maybe hibachi. We'll go to a nice hibachi restaurant.
What would be the first question you would ask Jesus when you sit down with dinner with him?
Oh man, there's so many things I want to ask him. Like, am I making it to heaven? That's the first one.
It's gonna be like,
and then he's gonna be like, no. I would. Where do you live?
Yeah,
What's your zip
there
code?
you go.
What's your zip
What's
code?
your zip code?
Yeah, no, I honestly can't think of anything after what I've just heard. I'm sorry. You
Zach Galifianakis. He's a cool.
That's-
Oh, Will Ferrell. My dad looks like Will Ferrell. It'd just be like having a dinner with my dad, but like a way cooler version.
So you'd have 3 different dinners with 3 different guests.
Yeah. Have you seen Dinner for Schmucks?
I have not, no.
Zach Galifianakis is going to be there. Michael Gary Scott from The Office. He's going to be there in that exact character. I don't want Steve Carell there.
I'm getting a lot of comments right now on my phone. Of
Who is it?
Your pick. My sister is.
I'm probably going to get some
saying
flack for
sushi
that. I mean, no
with
disrespect in anybody.
Sushi for Jesus. He does know a thing or two about fish.
Yeah, teach him how to fish.
Yeah.
Zach, who would your dinner guest be?
Like I said, I have
Dude,
absolutely no idea.
We could think of something here. Nate, what's favorite movie?
Honestly, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart?
I would say Kevin
Out
Hart.
of everyone in the world, you could have anybody and you choose Kevin Hart. I said Jesus and you choose Kevin Hart.
Well, I don't know.
Kevin Hart.
I like his
Kevin Hart,
movies. I don't
too.
know.
I like Kevin Hart too, but if
that
I
is
could
a
pick
jab
anyone
and a
in
half.
the world ever,
All right, you got me on that one. I have no idea.
What would if you were to have dinner with Kevin Hart, what meal would you serve Kevin Hart?
Hot wings.
Hot wings.
Yeah.
That would be good. So there's a Parshall's answer that he gave. So I don't know if that sparked any ideas for you guys. Or if you were just too busy laughing the whole time.
All
'cause
right,
that
yeah,
clip
no,
is
I was
hilarious.
way too busy laughing the whole
Christian
time.
was
I did
dying
his
over
answer.
there. It was so good.
I don't know. I think mine would be like more personal. I
Okay.
think like I'd like to meet like. Oh my god. My dad's probably best friend. His name was Anthony Minai. That's my middle name. My middle name is after him, and I think he had to be a great man. I would hope he would be. I mean, from everything I've been told.
Sure.
I think he passed away like 2 months before I was born. So
Okay.
it's not the brightest story. It's not like Dylan's story, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to meet a great man. So.
Nice.
I'm still lost.
We'll come back to it. To
Okay.
it. We got time. Let's see. If you could only keep one app on your phone, what would it be?
Mine would probably be YouTube. I love
Solid
to
choice.
watch videos. I love to analyze things. Like I watch a ton of hockey, watch a ton of football, and it does kind of bring you like some news sometimes, like what's going on in the world. So
Yeah.
I'd probably do that. I think that's an underrated answer. By
Yeah,
the
we don't
way.
have a lot of people that say YouTube. A lot of
Yep.
people go straight
I
to
think
like a
that's the first
social
time I've
media.
heard it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
dog. Come on, come on now.
Mine's either TikTok or YouTube, but
Wow.
yeah.
TikTok?
I know, right? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because I
What do
spend
you get
so
out of
much
value
time on
from TikTok?
I don't know.
Oh my
I
God.
just get hooked in.
This
and I
question
can't.
always sparks the TikTok debate, and people are so polarized by it.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I watch TikTok, but I mean, like, I could easily delete it, and my life would be the exact
No,
same.
like, I'm just sitting there and I literally open TikTok and just start
Do we have to do?
scrolling through videos.
Kristen, what's your screen?
Let's do some screen time checks, everyone.
Okay.
Let's see what everyone's screen time is to see if Morfoot is on TikTok as much as he thinks he is. How do I find this again? There we go. See all activity. Wow, mine took a while to load.
Are we going just TikTok or in general?
Let's do TikTok in general.
Okay.
How do I wait? Do you do the week or day?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how to
Which
work
did you
this
want
thing.
me to look at?
Oh
They
my
look pretty bad.
I
God,
don't
mine
know.
is way worse than I thought.
Let's look under the day tab. Is everyone
Oh,
on the same
okay.
page here? I
Yeah.
don't know which one is
So
the
we're
best.
talking about today.
Yeah, today only.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
It sucks you in. You just scroll.
It does, but
scroll.
like I said, I could easily delete it.
All right, Christian, what's your time at?
All right, so for TikTok, it's actually the leading one by 20 minutes, and it's an hour and 53 minutes. I could easily delete it, though.
And cut out that hour 50.
100%.
Morfoot, how about you?
Mine's an hour and 16 minutes.
Okay.
How
now-
is
but-
mine more?
But I said an hour and 16 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But YouTube is 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh, there you go. Wow. That's like role reversal.
You just got the autoplay that just keeps going and
Yeah,
going.
I just keep watching videos, I guess.
Kristen, what's your screen time for TikTok today?
3 hours and 45 minutes.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Rebecca?
43 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. I have, wait for it, 12 seconds.
Really?
Oh,
You didn't even watch like a full one.
I think I opened it, checked to see how one of the radio stations TikToks are doing,
Nah.
and then closed it again.
That took 12 seconds.
Wow.
That's a world
I
record. right
guess
there.
so. I don't
That's
know.
pretty fast.
That is insanely
I think it
fast.
was like a recent search something, so it came up
Oh.
pretty quick.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Something like that.
Like, I spent more time on Safari. Like, wow. I spent 29 minutes on Safari today.
My top one today is Reddit with an hour 22.
Oh, mine's
Wow,
YouTube.
okay. It might
I
used to be
do
Reddit.
Yeah.
YouTube.
But I was editing all day.
I don't watch
Okay.
much YouTube on my phone though. I don't know. If I'm gonna watch YouTube, I'll watch it on like a computer.
I don't like
Wow.
watching it on the computer
I can't
anymore.
watch stuff on small screens. I
I
don't
can do
know.
it on either or. I'm an either or.
I don't know. I like watching just regular YouTube videos on like YouTube. On my phone, I mean, not YouTube. Obviously, I like watching YouTube videos on YouTube. But
Yeah, no, like I'll watch it on my phone when like I'm at home or like like we're about to like start practice right before. But typically I'll watch it on my computer. I know this sounds bad, but like during class and like college algebra. Oh my God, it is like it's either like fall asleep or watch YouTube, and most of the time I pick watch YouTube, so it like looks like I'm engaged. So
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me in my theology class, it's been job searching.
okay.
That's like my hour 15 every week, or like every 2 times a week. I can commit to just looking for jobs, and it looks like I'm doing work. So I'm typing away on my computer. Taking notes about the interesting lecture about the laws of the Old Testament.
those
Definitely.
are the best.
Absolutely. Morfoot knows what's up.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Top 3 burger toppings. How would you build your ultimate burger?
Oh my God, you guys got great questions. All right, so mine would be okay. So obviously, everyone I think knows here that I'm a big Pittsburgh fan. So this is designed from a place in Pittsburgh called Permanis. So Permanis, how they do it, got the burger, right? I know this can sound so crazy, but like hear me out, and like you guys need to try this, by the way. So like if
Probably
you
not the weirdest answer we've heard.
okay.
Wait, I feel like I was in Pittsburgh a while ago. I think we went there.
Okay, so what they do is they got like the burger, they put coleslaw and fries on top, and you could like choose your like I guess like sauce or whatever. I put mayonnaise. I know that sounds gross, but like I'm telling you, like you have to try this. Like going back to like Dylan's character, if Jesus Christ were to make a food, that would be it. That would be it. 100%. 100%.
That's going on the quote graphic for this week, hands down. Love that. Morfoot, good luck following that up. What is your divine burger?
I guess bacon, hash brown is pretty good on a burger.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I guess ketchup. I don't know. I don't really expand my horizons.
Trying to
good,
figure
though.
out what you like and stick with it. Not bad.
Yeah.
So if the team were to do an arm wrestling tournament, who do you think would come out on top?
Okay, not me. I would probably say. Oh, that's a good question. So, I have a few candidates. I'll go like top two.
Okay.
One, I'd go Bishop because I feel like if you ticked him off enough, he could kick anyone's ass. In anything. And then I go like a close second to Dylan because I think he's the same way. But like, I just feel like Zach has like this untapped potential to be like, I can destroy you in anything. So
That's fair.
I would say Bishop too, because today, before practice, I saw him pick up Logan Pickens and just carry him around. Carry him around like it was nothing. He was like, you felt like nothing. He like literally told him, you felt like nothing.
Bishop
when I
did
picked
that?
you up." Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bishop just picked him up and just walked
I
around.
could see you
him.
doing that. Yeah.
I was like, wow. It's pretty impressive.
That's hilarious. So Bishop, top pick so far this week. Who do we normally get a lot of partials.
A lot of partial and Ernie.
Ernie's mentioned a lot. Couple Legases here and there.
okay,
Occasionally.
yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, mostly partials. Almost unanimous. Not
Okay.
quite. Let's see next one. If you were stranded on an island and help is coming in 7 days, and you can bring 2 teammates along with you, who would they be and why?
So one would probably be Morfoot because I talk
Okay.
to him the most.
Okay.
Okay.
And we just rant to school about each other,
Nice.
and that's literally like the whole hour before practice.
Nice. Do you guys both live on campus or?
No,
No.
we're
No.
both community.
You're both commuters. Okay.
The other one would probably be Ty Walshin, because I could talk to football. I could talk about football for like 7 days. So, and he would listen to it. So, yeah.
Well, mine would be Kramer because like he's a military guy, so
Uh-huh.
obviously he knows how
Resourceful.
to survive. Yeah, he knows how to survive in those like situations. And probably Christian because I do talk to him the most.
There you
That
go.
gives me like something to do.
Kramer's been mentioned a lot because of his resourcefulness, and then he
Yeah.
kind of has like that wild man attitude
Yeah.
to him.
I was thinking more of like, who am I going to talk to pass the time kind of thing.
Christian's not worried about survival.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
guess
worried
not.
about
I didn't think about that.
entertainment.
Yeah, I really didn't think about
Someone
that.
said Darcy for this question to keep them entertained, but then
Oh,
they said
yeah.
that Darcy would get too friendly with any locals you would meet and just get so like involved in the culture that he wouldn't want to leave when help would come. He'd be like, no, we're good. We're gonna stay.
I can see that.
I can 100% see that. Whoever said that's perfect.
We thought of a little bit of a twist on this one. If you're shipwrecked on a deserted island and all of your human needs are taken care of, what 2 items would you bring with you?
What are human needs like food?
Let's say
water?
food, water, and shelter.
Okay. You can go first. You got one.
Probably like I don't know.
So I think common one be phone, so I can watch YouTube.
I'm gonna get Wi-Fi.
Oh. All right. Well, then a phone and then like a
hotspot.
Wi-Fi router. There you go. I'll go that. And thanks, Morfoot.
So if the Verizon reaches that far, wherever you are.
I don't know. I guess. So we have food, shelter, and water.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess. A flare gun.
Okay.
So, like,
Flare gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else I'd bring.
I'm loving the contrast between you guys because for both these questions, Christian's gone for the entertainment and Morfoot's gone a little bit more survival.
True. Yeah, true.
So Christian will be having the time of his life
Yeah,
on this
I will be.
island
Yeah.
with Morfoot and Ty, and Morfoot will be trying to get off the island.
Yeah. But I guess I bring my phone then for some entertainment.
There you go.
All right.
Selman was on and said, Selman said he would bring a map and a lighter, and that he would burn the map.
Why?
For light.
For light and for fire. But then he didn't realize that he'd be out of the map then, and he wouldn't be able to use the map anymore. So he quite didn't quite didn't think
it
that one through. No, not at all.
Alrighty.
But considering it's Selman, you know,
Yeah.
if there's one thing we learned by having him on the show twice so far. Next one. What's your strangest talent or an interesting fact about yourself?
So I don't have any talents. So let's start out there. I'll be real. I don't think I have any talents.
All right, before you say that, we had
Yeah.
Wilninski on the show,
Mhm.
okay, and he couldn't think of anything, and then we find out over the weekend that he's fluent in Polish. And he just didn't bring it up on
Is
the
he
show.
actually?
That's what Parcel said.
I
I
haven't heard
didn't
him.
know
Can
that.
anyone
Speak
confirm this?
Polish.
Like, maybe we need
Yeah, we gotta confirm.
maybe
this
we need
tomorrow.
him to confirm this himself.
Yeah.
We'll ask him next.
Did Parcel just make it up or something? Or
Yeah. What?
supposedly he's fluent in Polish and just didn't tell us on the show. So think hard about any even somewhat mediocre talents you may have.
Well, I played water polo for a year.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty good at it too.
When was that?
My 8th grade year or freshman year.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
I was pretty good at it. The school I went to didn't have it, so I couldn't play.
That's so water polo. Middle school water polo. Wow.
Well, it was like going into high school.
Oh,
It was like during
okay.
it was like in the summer.
Oh, the summer.
yeah, it was like a
thing.
summer
Okay.
thing.
Wow. Interesting. First water polo player I know. Former water polo
Yeah,
player.
former.
Former water polo player. Christian, you got anything?
All right. So I don't think I have any special talents. But
Okay. What about an interesting fact
an
about
interesting
yourself?
fact. I think one that I think's interesting that I've never heard anyone else have is so I was all right, how do I explain this? I was specially broadcasted for my first birthday on the Chicago News, and I have a video of it.
How did this happen? What?
So I don't know how this happened, but back in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
I think it was NBC used to take offers to put your baby up on their photo and let's say happy birthday,
Oh, okay.
all of that.
And you got on it?
And I got on it, and the only reason I bring that up as a special fact is because I've never heard anyone else do it. So
That's fair. Yeah, I also don't know anyone who was on the news for their first birthday.
wish I had a talent, but I don't. So
At least you had your picture on the news.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That is pretty decent. Not gonna lie. All right, that's a good one. Glad you thought of that. Let's see. What's your favorite vacation destination?
I've only been to Florida, and
What about let's switch it. A dream vacation destination. Let's do.
dream vacation.
Probably somewhere in Europe, like Germany or France.
That'd be cool.
For me, it'd probably be Florida, because
You don't want to leave the country.
yeah, I don't want to leave the country. I've expressed that. I'm just afraid I'm gonna get lost out of the country.
I thought it was gonna be something like flying over water or something like
Oh
that.
no,
but you're just concerned
I
about
don't
getting
care
lost.
about that. But if what if you get lost and no one
That's
you
what
can't
you
speak to
got.
anybody?
You have guides.
Where do you find the guides?
I don't know. You.
What if someone who didn't speak English just showed up here at Lewis University and
Oh, I
they
think
couldn't talk to anybody?
I think they get help to talk to people.
I know, but then that's a big process and it's very stressful. Yeah, so I'd probably go. I'd probably go Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Because everyone speaks English in Florida, so we're all
Yeah.
good. to go
Mostly
there.
yes.
Mostly
yes.
yes.
Would you leave to go to Canada? Because that's right over the border, or no?
It'd have to be a big city. I'm not gonna go to some random
Yeah.
place. So yeah, I'd go to Toronto maybe. But I'm very set on
Not leaving.
yeah, I'm dipping my toes in Canada and I'm coming right back. I'm not going far.
Oh man. What is one food you cannot live without, and also one food that you can live without, something you don't like?
So a food I can't live without is blueberries. This is a weird thing that just popped up 2 years ago. So where we go for vacation is South Haven, Michigan. Every now and then, and they have blueberry farms there. And one day, I just remember my dad's yo, try these. These are amazing. And I remember I just hated blueberries before, and I'm all right, I'll try it. Don't know why. Addicted now. And a food I could live without 100% is olives. They're the most disgusting thing
I can get on board with
ever created.
that. Not a big olive person.
I would say sushi. I really like sushi. I don't know what made me like it. I had it one day and I just
You got
couldn't.
hooked?
I just really wanted it ever since.
Not bad. What about one food that you can live without?
Probably Parmesan or something I don't really like Italian
interesting.
food.
Wow. That
No,
is that's big news here. Yeah, that is big news
I
here.
really don't like Italian food. It's just not my thing.
Interesting.
No, I don't know. It's just the red sauce doesn't look appealing to me.
Is there a common answer for this one, or is it all over the
no,
place?
it's kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious if there
Yeah,
was.
it's kind of all over the board. Yeah, I don't think there's been really any common ones. All right. This is a question that Rebecca found on this weird interview site.
I cited my sources.
Yep.
Okay.
How would you react if you were transformed into a fish? Have at it, boys.
If I transform, so I know I'm a fish.
You know
you're
a fish,
and you're in the correct water.
and you can choose what fish you are.
Okay, wait. So I'm in like a big thing of water, or am I just in a
Whatever
bowl?
fish you transformed into, that's like you're in that
You're in the
environment.
appropriate habitat.
I want to be an octopus. That'd be pretty
What?
cool.
That's not the first time we've heard that answer.
Yeah, we've
Really?
heard octopus a fair
That'd
bit.
be
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
No, that's gross. They're all like slimy,
Dude, you can
tentacle-y.
camouflage yourself.
That is
That
true.
would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd probably be like a shark, so no one messes with me.
Would you be the shark that goes near the beach and like recreates Jaws and just?
Nah, I'd leave everyone
That's
alone.
lame, Christian.
Nah, I'd leave everyone alone.
If you're a shark, you gotta go near
Yeah,
the beach,
come
right?
on, man.
No, I just hang out with my people. Be like, let's migrate over here. away
Your
from the
fellow
beach.
sharks.
Yeah.
That you suddenly become friends with after you turn into a fish.
Well, I can talk to other fish, right?
Maybe. I don't know how
Do we
fish.
if other fish
I don't know how fish
I
talk to each
hope.
other.
Yeah, I hope.
I have no idea.
Are they like whales?
Yeah, like the.
The echolocation.
Yeah.
I have no
That's
idea.
a good question. That's a
Never
good
thought
question.
about how fish communicate to each other.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. We added this one recently. So a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, like a year and a half ago, we made a recruiting video for the team. Have either of you seen said recruiting video?
Okay, so is there
No.
one with Dylan, and then is there another with Justin and
Yeah.
another goalie?
And then there's also one with Dylan, Ernie.
Pickle and Darcy.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. I think
I
I have.
haven't seen either of them.
You haven't seen either of them?
Oh,
We got to get on Mark for showing these videos to these guys. We made this great recruiting video, and like half the guys are coming like, nah, I haven't seen the video.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the video. Pretty sure I've seen the video.
Did you like the video?
Yes.
All right, good. We
Good
get the stamp
answer.
of approval. Stamp of approval from Christian. And we got to get on Mark's case since Morfoot hasn't seen it, I guess.
I've never even heard of a recruiting video for Lewis.
Nice. That's what we love to hear.
Well, okay.
All right. If you could spend the day in any of your teammates' shoes, who would it be and why?
I don't know. You got an answer, Morfoot, or
No.
no?
I don't know.
I'd probably say Justin because I'd want to know what it's like to be like small. So I haven't.
Oh, I hope he's listening.
That's hilarious.
Don't worry, Justin. If you're listening, I love you.
That's oh my gosh, that's
It's
so
alright,
good. Morfoot, you got anything off of that?
No, probably Gore, because like he's so
Oh.
interesting. Like he's just interesting. Like I don't know what he does. He doesn't really say that much.
Yeah, I'd say I'd say Reedy too. I want to know. Reedy's similar height too, so you know the height factor, and then and also their lives are so unknown away from hockey.
Yeah, like they don't say much.
Well, I
I
mean-
just want to know what they do in their free time. Cause
Like with everyone, you could get like a general picture of like
Yeah.
what they do or what they
Yeah.
like to do. But to me, those two are like mysterious.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what do you do after you leave the rink?
Gore has been such a popular answer.
yeah,
I could see it. I forgot about Gore, but I talk to Gore a lot, so.
I roomed with Gore and I barely talked to him. We said like 3 words the whole time.
That was it?
in North Carolina. Yeah, we barely talked to each other. I just sat there in silence, like wow.
We also haven't had, in the 3 years we've been doing the show, Matt Gore has not appeared on it once. And we're
Wow.
still trying to get him on the show.
Wow.
So, Christian, did you say you talked to him? Maybe slip it into
Slip it
a
in there?
conversation. Be like, man,
Okay.
I really enjoyed being on the radio show on Monday
Okay.
or Tuesday, you know?
Okay.
So just slide it in nice and easy like that, you know? I don't know. Get it. We got to get Matt Gore on the show, though, to figure out
Yeah,
why
that'd
everyone wants to spend a day in his shoes, I
No,
suppose.
that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Just hear
If
like
Gore-
the life of Gore.
if Gore got on the
Life of
show,
Gore.
that better be the most viewed podcast ever. Like we as a team should all watch the video
You
to
just
see.
sit in the room behind
Exactly.
you and watch it.
Exactly.
There you go. Christian, last week, a couple of your teammates mentioned that you have some controversial sports opinions.
We were told to ask you McDavid or Crosby.
Oh, a few weeks ago? Oh, Crosby. Okay, so I know I sound like a homer there, which I am. I'll 100% admit it. But I just think people give, like, McDavid too much, how do I say it, like, leeway. Like, oh, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. And it's like, when you're drafted as a number 1 overall pick, which I'm not going to be, so I'm fine. So, like, I can speak about this, right? So, like, when you get drafted as a number 1 pick, there's, like, a certain amount of expectations, which was way higher than everyone else. And I remember in 2015, when he was drafted, everyone's like, he's the next Crosby. He's going to be great, all this. And he is. I'm not saying that. And I know if someone listens to this, like, Dylan is going to have a heart attack when he hears this, because I remember we were at his place and we got in this huge argument about it. Like, he's had no playoff success. And, I mean, I know it's a team sport. I 100% get it. But my comparison to McDavid is Mike Trout.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I can see that.
Great talent. He can go down as a top 10 player 100%, and he's going to. Show me something, though. That's
fair.
Not regular season.
I think skill-wise, McDavid is the most skilled guy that
Yes.
we've seen ever.
100%.
But I think, like, full career success, like, playoffs you have to include in there, too, yeah.
And I get that it's a team sport. But, I mean, like, come on. Got Draisaitl, got Nurse, which I feel like people kind of dog about. And I'm like, dude, I mean, he's getting money now, so, I mean, it's got to be good, right? He puts up points. And he's got Nugent Hopkins. So, like, right there, there's 3 top 10 picks. There's 4 top 10 picks, and then 3 with Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Draisaitl.
I would say Edmonton, I think, they're always a team that has the pieces and just can't put it together. It's like Toronto. It's where the Leafs have been for, forever. Oh. Like, when was the last time they won a playoff series?
I think I was...
Like 2?
I might have been 2. Yeah, like 2004 or something like that.
Yeah, it was
man.
so long ago. Like, it's going on, like, I think it's like 15 years or something like that, if not more.
Who told you that I had the controversial
Who was that?
I thought it would have been like...
was Gavin.
Gavin?
It was Gavin, yeah.
Oh, okay, then
Is it
wow.
Gavin or the 3 of the week before?
Oh, yeah, it could have been Gavin or it could have been Kramer.
It might have been Kramer.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it was Kramer, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Someone mentioned that you have a lot of hot takes for sports, especially revolving around Pittsburgh.
I don't think they're hot takes. I just think they're takes that people have different opinions on, right? And that mine just seems to be the lone. Well, the reason I think I'm slightly credible, I wish I could be like a statistician and all this and like point out like, oh, he sucks here.
Yeah.
But like, I watch almost like every game, right? And like, watch like the highlights, watch this, watch that, read news articles, all this and that. But like, I know, it's crazy. It's out of hand at this point. But like, just like, I'm gonna reiterate, when you're drafted number 1 and you're said to be the next Crosby, like, you better deliver.
You have to live
and
up to it.
You can't just give me points.
That's fair.
Sure, I mean, yeah, anyone can give me points, but the ultimate goal is to win the Stanley Cup. And if you haven't even made a conference finals appearance yet, and you're getting paid all that money, like, he gets more than Sidney Crosby, which is, I think, deserved. But then you got to realize here that, hey, there's less money for X, Y, and Z over here.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, for example, I got another kind of controversial take is I didn't think Mahomes deserved all the money that he got.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And
now the Chiefs are what? They're like
they're
5-3 or something.
Yeah. So like, and obviously that's not bad. I think.
Yeah. No, I don't even think they're above 500 actually.
I think some teams would like love to have that.
Chiefs they're 3rd in the AFC West. That tells me a lot. They are 4-4.
4-4. Okay. So yeah, that's not horrible, but obviously, yet again, when you're getting paid as
much as he
best
is
player
in
the
true.
league, then you need to deliver off that.
Yeah.
Because, like, there is, like, that take, I guess, where, you know, a player gets paid a certain amount and, you know, they take it away from other players. So, yeah, you know, it is a team sport, but...
Yeah, like the Seth Jones contract.
Oh, Seth Jones. Don't get started with Seth Jones.
Speaking of guys getting paid too much money and not performing.
Oh, my
Shout out to Seth Jones making $9 million from the Hawks.
We could pull a Bantam player from
absolutely
Canlin, and that would be similar. Oh.
Hey, they got their first win, though.
They did.
They got their first win.
Versus Ottawa,
too.
Somehow.
Yeah, it was.
Now we're just waiting on Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Will they ever get it? Will Arizona get a win before they move to Houston? That's the real question.
That's a great question.
Or will they go to Houston before they get the first win? I don't know. They're now, what, like 0-10 essentially?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 10 games now that they've lost in a row?
Yeah, I think it's like 0-9-1, so yeah.
So they have like 8 point. That's rough.
Yeah, jeez.
They're-
That's brutal.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Ekman Larson is glad that he got out of there and went to Vancouver. I don't even know how the Canucks are doing, though, but they got to be. They're doing better.
They are, yeah. Better than Arizona.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. They are statistically doing better than Arizona. All right, well, that's enough of that's all the personal questions we got. We'll switch to hockey.
All right.
Talk about why you guys are here. So how old were you guys when you started playing, and what kind of things influenced you to start playing hockey?
I'll let Morfoot go first.
Oh yeah, I started playing when I was 8, and the reason I started playing is because I would go to my dad's men's league games,
Okay.
and I would like watch it, and I was like one day I was like, Dad, I want to play hockey, so like he signed me up for like these skates, and like learn how to play hockey stuff, and I did that, and then after that I started playing like Chicago Fury, and that's then from there.
Rest is
started
history.
playing. Yep.
You were like the one fan in the men's league crowd watching.
Yeah.
it, right?
I would just go there with my dad in the summer, and I just sit in the stands, watch the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christian, how about you?
So mine, I think, is a little bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And
very.
he didn't believe me.
I still don't believe it.
But
This ought to be good.
I started playing hockey when I was a freshman. So I was sick.
In high school?
Yes.
Wait, so like 4 years ago, essentially?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
See?
Doesn't that sound weird?
Yeah.
So,
Did
yeah.
you play sports before it?
Yeah, I played baseball and basketball.
All right.
But-
Continue. This is
But
Yeah, see, it's
so,
weird.
so I'll go over like a little bit of like the career overall. So,
yeah,
you know,
can we just get like the life of Christian from birth to now? Please fully understand this.
I actually only started playing hockey and playing goalie because my one friend said it was hard. The one day I went to go watch his game, and I told him, there's no way that's hard.
Oh, my God.
And I went out there, and like a few skates later, he's like, oh, hey, how is it? I'm like, dude, this is impossible. So, you know, it kind of shut me up there. But, so yeah, my freshman year, I was not good. I'll be real. I was not good. And I'm fine with that because I knew that I went out there and I was one of the hardest workers. I think that's all it takes in sports, by the way, is just to be the hardest worker. And you can get anywhere. So yeah, first year we sucked, super bad. Sophomore year,
We or you?
everyone, including me.
I played your team freshman year.
Freshman year?
Yeah.
Was I?
It was in it. No,
No,
it
it
probably
was
wasn't.
sophomore
Like,
year.
it was a tournament.
Oh,
It was
tournament.
like a new cheer green tournament.
Oh, you probably
new cheer tournament, yeah.
destroyed us. Probably destroyed us like.
I don't
7-0.
remember the score, but I think we beat you.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
let's good you don't remember the score. So then, you know, my sophomore year, I'm actually coming off a broken leg. So this makes no sense to me in my head, but like, you know, like you go from like, yo, like you're not that good to that by the end of the season, you know, I was competing for starts, then I broke my leg. And then it's basically like 2.5 months in the summer where I didn't skate.
Yeah.
And then I just remember in August, it was like, you know, balls to the wall kind of thing, that mentality. And you can blur that out if you have to. But like it was like that mentality where it's just like you put every single ounce of everything into it.
Sure.
And I came back, and I kid you not, I think I was just as good as when I left.
So that would have been going into your
Sophomore
year.
So
Okay.
yeah, then we split starts, and then the game I love to bring up because it does have connections is we played Providence and we played Morfoot, and
Okay.
Mark was coaching the team at the time.
That's right.
And so my team lost 3-2.
Okay.
But I mean, for everyone to hear that Sandburg lost 3-2 to Providence, they're like, "Oh my God, they must actually be decent."
That was pretty
Because-
big back then because we were pretty good.
Yeah, because Providence was like amazing, right? And
Okay.
I'm not even like sugarcoating this. They probably had like 40 some shots on me, and we probably had like
Yeah,
16 to 20.
He
Jeez.
did pretty good.
So yeah, I mean, like, I love that game. I love bringing up that game because of how many personal connections it has, and
Yeah.
I did good in it. But yeah, then you know, full on the year, we just split starts. Eventually, things ran out. Right, got eliminated as a final 16 team in playoffs for state. So like
Okay.
that was a pretty big deal too.
Absolutely.
We completely choked. I didn't play the game, but we completely choked in our league. Oh, we choked so bad. I'm not even gonna bring up the game because it was just bad. Going to junior year, they kind of like gave me and my the other goalie on the team is like my best friend. So like
Okay.
he knows I'm not like talking bad about him or anything. He's not gonna listen to this, but but you know they're kind of like, yo, would you rather play on varsity where you know because there was another varsity goalie up there where, you know, you might not see as much time, or would you rather play JV where you're probably going to play every game? Oh, that wasn't even a question, man. Like, JV, dude. Like, I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care. I don't care. And I played, and we did pretty decent. I think we were around 500, so it might have been like 9, 12 and something. So, like, sure, we were around 500. Playoffs were kind of similar to the year before. It didn't do good in state, but choked in league. And then senior year with COVID, I tore my meniscus, so that I got that repaired. That was about 4.5 to 5 months sitting out. So if there was anything good to come out of COVID for anyone, it's probably likely for me.
Sure.
Because we started playing league games late. I'm sorry I'm taking all the time, by the way. About Christian's hockey life story. And I played 2 games, went 1-1, did really good in one, did okay in the other. Got eliminated in playoffs, and then, you know, just called up Mark and was like, "So, you need a goalie?" I was like, "Sure." That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Exactly
But,
what you said.
No, that's not what happened. But I had a really good talk with Mark, and I was just confident that, you know, I could keep progressing back from my knee injury. That's also why I'm in, like, the medical field.
Got it. Okay.
You know, I love to see people progress from, you know, here to there.
So this is your 5th year playing hockey then?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, okay. So, question that I thought of. So, if you just started going right and playing goalie, how good of a skater are you when, like, if you were to have to skate out?
Probably not that good. I don't think I would be, because I'll admit I'm afraid to go super fast. Like, I'm afraid to just, like, haul and get to the other side and, like, you know, you don't stop and you just plop and hit your face or something like that. That happens every time I think about skating out.
Sure.
And I want to try a little bit in, like, men's league this summer,
skate
just
out
to
a bit.
try it a few times.
Yeah.
I'm really good at ball hockey, surprisingly, as a player. I'm pretty good at ball hockey, so I'd like to see how good I would
That's
be
not
at
on
ice
skates,
hockey.
though, is it?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
as a skater, probably not very good. Probably not very good.
Can you go backwards?
Yes. Oh,
Or
yeah.
did you not get that far with the goalie?
Oh, yeah, no, I did.
You just got to do your little cheat cut to get back, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, that's enough.
I think I could hold my own. I'd probably get, like, I mean, like, if I played, like, with them, I'd probably get, like, 3 minutes. But that's fine by me. That still shows I can hold my own for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Greatness.
Yeah, and then just talk to everybody.
A whole minute of period. You know?
Yeah.
You just go on, clear the puck, dump it, and you
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
hit a breakout pass and you
Oh,
get
that
off.
sounds great. No expectations. Oh, that sounds great.
Christian's job is just to break the puck out. There you go. Oh, man. All right. Are there any players that you model your play style after?
You can go because I just talked for about 20 minutes there.
No, I mean, I just play. I mean, I try to do things like other people, but, like, I really just do my own thing.
That's
Like,
fair.
I do this one thing I saw in a video. Like, I keep my stick back here so I don't show how long, like, my stick is. And, like, when someone gets really close, I, like, do it so, like, they don't expect it.
Oh wow.
I saw that in a video.
Advanced
and I
poke check techniques with
Yeah.
Morfoot over
Yeah,
here.
ever since I saw that, I, like, try to do it whenever it's, like, a one-on-one or, like, a two-on-one.
Interesting.
That's about it, basically.
Okay. Christian, how about
So mine would probably be Fleury.
you? Okay.
Because he's played with the Penguins, so obviously
Yeah.
I just watch the Penguins all the time. I'm not good at it. I'm not as good as him, but there's something about the game where it's like, you know, you put everything on the line, and like I feel like when you watch that guy and like you hear his press conferences and all that he's gone through, losing a starting job multiple times, you know, going through adversity, kind of like how I have in a way. You know, and just to see how hard he battles and how he has fun. He definitely has a lot more fun than me, because I'll be real, every game, every second I play, I'm super stressed. So, like, the Marquette game, which we won't bring up the score, it was that score. When in the third period, I was shaking. Literally shaking. And the score was what it was, right? And I remember, like, my dad's like, well, like, how are you nervous? I'm like, the game's over. I'm like, I can't explain it. But it's like once
Never
you
know,
get
Dad.
once you get in that groove, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, once you settle in, I will admit, like, super fun. I just
Sure.
love to model my game after him. So.
Absolutely. I got to ask. So you
So are you from Pittsburgh, or are you just a Pittsburgh fan?
My family's from Pittsburgh,
Family from Pittsburgh.
but they sadly had me in Chicago. So, yeah.
Got it. So then you lived in Chicago your whole life then?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So that's a Pittsburgh connection.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, see, I'm not a random bandwagon here. I think a lot of people think I am, but
You a Pirates fan?
yeah,
No,
I don't
no
really
one's a bandwagon
I don't
Pirates
really
fan
I don't
at
really
this
watch
point.
I'll be real, don't really watch baseball, so he's over here like right before we start this, he's like, "Oh, Freeman just hit a home run." I'm like, "What team is he even on?"
Braves.
I
Yeah,
didn't
the
even know that.
World Series is tonight, Game 6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were winning 6-0.
Oh, no shot. Wow, look at that.
So, yeah, I don't really watch the Pirates. I did go to a game where I think the Cubs beat them though at Wrigley.
Shocker there, the Pirates
Yeah,
lost.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but they had Josh Bell then, so the only good player that's probably been on there for the last 5 years. But yeah, I don't really watch the Pirates. That would be more of like my dad thing. Like my dad
Got it.
loved like Roberto Clemente, and he could bring up like anyone else, like Willie Stargell, I think was
Yeah,
on there.
my dad was a Pirates fan back in that era, like the Stargell era when they were good. Now he
So
doesn't-
they were
now he
good.
doesn't
The
watch them
last
anymore.
time they were good.
Yeah, the last time they were good back in like the 70s. Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. All right, so this is the current number question. Don't tell me. Christian, you're 38, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Morfoot.
You call the games. You should know.
Yeah, 20?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Who used to be 20?
No one.
What? Wasn't there someone that used to be 20?
No.
Wow. Okay. Could have sworn there was a 20 in years past. All right.
There was a 24 and 27. That was it.
All right. That's just confusing me more. All right. So 20 and 38. Any reason for those numbers?
So for me, 19 is kind of like the family number. So I just 19 times 2, 38. So
Got it. All right.
I'll keep it that simple.
Well, I wanted 27, but like I said 20. Like when Mark asked me, I said 27 or 20, right? And he said we have 27, so I'm like, okay, I'm 27. But then he goes, "You're 20," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I guess I
I was
am.
like, okay. But like the reason I chose 20 is because that was my number last year,
Okay.
and I don't know, I just like my number. I just like that number. And then 27 was my first Vikings number, and I had it probably the longest out of all the numbers I've had.
Got
so
it.
I was like, I want to go back to that.
Yeah, I tried to get 50, but
Oh, Mike
Fish-
already had it. Yeah.
Fish had it. Deserving.
Why
Sorry.
number 50?
50, literally, that was just a number I was given in high school.
Okay.
Like, it was just like, yo, you got 32 or 50? I'm like, I'll go 50.
50.
I was going to try to take 29, but, like, Logan got it, and he's, like, a player, and it's like, dude, that's a goalie number. You should be. Like, the only player I think I know in the NHL that wears 29 is Patrick Laine. Like, of notable, right?
Yeah, Line
Then, like, I'm like, dude, come on, that's a goalie number, dude. Totally stole that from me. I remember
Totally
Mark
stole
said,
the
yeah,
goalie
a
number.
player took it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a goalie number.
A.
I'm like, come on.
Let's see. Does the team have any nicknames for you guys
No, I don't think I've ever had a nickname in my whole life.
in your 5 years of playing hockey?
No.
Oh, they call me Morfoot Long, Footy.
I was gonna say I've heard Justin because I mic
yeah.
Justin up.
Yeah,
He's had a couple.
yeah, they call me like Morfoot Long, Longfoot, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why they call me Morfoot Long. Ernie wrote it on the board once, and now everyone else calls me
It's
it.
just stuck.
Yeah, it just stuck. And
Nice.
I've had footy since freshman year of high school.
Okay.
And since Coach Mark was my coach freshman year and sophomore year, basically just carried over. 'Cause
Sure.
he started calling me Footy, and everyone else started calling me Footy. So and Josh, I played with Josh also. So yeah, there's like two people calling me Footy.
There's a connection there, and it just kind of
Yeah,
spread.
it's just spread.
Got it.
I don't mind being called Footy. It's kind of weird being called Tyler in hockey now because everyone calls me Footy.
Well, now
Yeah, I'm
there's,
so used to it.
Yeah,
there's 3 of you on the team, so
yeah, I know.
gotta.
but even then, it's like, oh, Tyler. Like, why do you call me Tyler?
Who's that? Let's see. Any pregame rituals that you guys take part in to get you in the zone?
Do you?
I mean, not really. I just drink an energy drink, and that's about it.
Mine's just pretty generic goalie, but I know Fish and Justin don't do it. I just like throw the ball against the wall. Just gotta make sure to do that a little bit. Even if I'm not playing, I do it because it's just like something I gotta do.
Sure.
And then like if I'm starting, gotta take deep breaths. I mean, man, my heart rate, blood pressure through the roof when I'm about to play. Like I said, score can be what it is. Doesn't matter if I'm going in.
You're still nervous?
Fire, man. Fired up.
Wait, I mean something. I mean, I do
Okay.
put everything left on first. Well, I try to. Like, I go left shoulder, like shin pad, left skate, left elbow pad. That's about it, basically. I just go left.
Okay. Got it.
Just put everything left on first.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know why I do it.
Nothing as crazy as Kramer's pregame rituals, because we all heard all about his and how crazy
No,
he is.
I mean, my dad told me about it, but I don't remember it. What does he do again?
What does he not do? Like, Kramer just, like, it's, like, specific songs, and, like, he does something weird with his socks. Oh, like,
He keeps them like attached.
he keeps them attached to his jock,
Yeah.
and then he pulls that up as one, and then he has to roll the socks up, put his shin guards on. I think he does, like, his skate, or, like, yeah, he puts his shin guards on, and then he needs to pull the socks down past his shin guards. But I think, like, one of his pairs of socks are too tight, so, like, he needs help from teammates to do it. And, like, especially when he had his shoulder injury, like, he needed, like, two guys to yank the socks down for him. I don't know, it's just, like, a ton of weird stuff, like, and like, if he messes up the order, he has to, like, start that step over.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
There's, like, so much to do. And, like, well, what's the song that he can't listen to?
If he hears Highway to Hell, it's just gonna be a bad.
It's gonna be a bad
What?
game. Yeah.
I can agree with that. I mean, some
Hear a
songs I
song?
hear and it's like, oh,
Yeah, but you just skip them.
kills the mood.
You just skip them.
Yeah, but even if like hear the beginning, I'm like, oh.
No.
Mood interrupted.
Speaking of music, any specific music you guys play before a game to get you in the zone?
Like, are we just talking like type, band? What are we talking about?
We can do genre or band.
All right, so mine has to be rock, 100%. I'm not really a big rap person. There are a few songs that I have, but like 100% a band I need to listen to is Foo Fighters. It's my favorite band,
Okay.
and I need to jam out to like Everlong, Learn to Fly, anything.
Nice.
Anything.
Well, mine is rock too. I mean, I listen to Avenged Sevenfold a lot before the games. I that's about it basically. I can't
Okay.
listen to rap; it's too slow.
Too slow. Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't like it when they play the rap in the lockers.
I
It's
just
like, oh.
I just feel like with rap, controversial take, I guess.
Hot take coming
you
in.
know, like I just feel like there's no like
yeah,
emotion to it.
Yeah.
There's no like get up, let's go, right kind
Yeah.
of thing. That's how I just feel like with some of the songs I listen to. So I'm just
Okay.
like,
That's
I
fair.
mean, the songs they play in the locker room aren't like that at all. So it's like, oh, we're just getting ready to like chill out and stuff, not go out and play a game.
Sure.
yeah, I know, yeah.
Got to get the energy up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. If you could play another sport, let's say at the collegiate level, what would it be?
lacrosse, because I played lacrosse basically the same amount of time as hockey.
Okay.
Based on your wants or talents?
Let's say wants.
Wants? Football.
What about talents?
Talents? Probably basketball.
Okay.
Not good at it, but I bet if I train for probably like 2 weeks, I could become good again.
2
I
weeks
used to
is-
be good.
2 weeks is all you need.
Yeah, 2 weeks at least like 4 days a week. So
What position were you?
center.
Oh.
I used to play center, but now I think I'm like peanut compared to the centers coming up.
There you go.
Coming up today, so probably like power forward or something.
Nice.
Let's see. What do you think is your best skill as a player?
Mine's gonna be really weird. Mine is gonna be talking and communicating.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Because they complimented me, and I just
Yeah.
found it weird because I thought that would be like a normal thing at the collegiate level, and this is something I worked on in high school. Is like when I talk, I scream, like I scream
Yeah.
because I think that the louder you talk, obviously, so you can hear.
Yeah.
But like obviously, so you can hear me clearly. Obviously, so you can hear me clearly is what I meant to say. But like the louder you talk and the louder you communicate, the easier it should make the game. Because if you're just saying like kind of modest and like it's loud in there, whatever it may be, like oh hey, there's one guy on, kind of like how I think some people do it.
Yeah.
Then they might not accept that. But like if you're like me and you use all of your strength into it, just like that emotion and get into it, then they're gonna be like, oh, there's one guy on, so I'm gonna go this way or whatever. Right?
That's fair.
It alerts them.
I can see that. Okay.
So.
Okay. Morfoot, how about you?
Probably my like poke checking. I think
Oh,
I'm
okay,
pretty good
sure.
at that. Like there could be guys coming down and like get like really good stick positioning and I'm able to like disrupt them or hit the puck away. I make some really insane poke checks. Like over the years, I've done some like really weird things. I'm like, how did I even do that?
Yeah, it just kind of works.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay.
Fair enough. If you could have one skill from a teammate, what skill would it be and who would it come from?
Probably Bishop's shot.
Oh,
We hear that a lot.
100%. That thing hurts. For me, it'd probably be Fish's lateral mobility. I think he's so quick left or right. It's like
He is.
literally like common phrase here, but it's like cat-like. Like it's literally like pew, like right over.
Fisher's got a unique combination of like the height that he has, but he's also not like a big guy either.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a lot to move around either, you know?
Yeah.
So he has that to his advantage. It's an interesting combination. It really works for him.
Yeah.
Which you can just like move
Like he's
crazy.
like around my height, but he has Justin speed too.
Yep.
So like it's just perfect
Yeah,
blend.
it's an interesting blend of it. Yeah, that just seems to work well. He had some nutty saves over the
Oh, yeah,
weekend
he did.
against blanking on the team that we played.
Purdue.
There we go. He had like that one where like he like sprawled over and got it with his glove or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
how
I
did
was
he
out
make
there.
that
I was
save?
like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like what? Like you just like came out of nowhere and caught it. I'm like, okay, calm down there, Mike. But he just like went off.
Calm down there.
Yeah, like okay.
Show off.
Bench went absolutely crazy for that too. That was cool to see. All right, if you could play for any NHL team, which one would you play for?
Mine's pretty obvious.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
I guess. I mean, I want to win, so I guess Tampa.
Send me to the super team, boys.
or Colorado,
Okay.
because they're both good teams.
yeah.
So, I mean, I want to win, so I want to go somewhere that's gonna
No
win.
hometown Hawks.
No.
That's probably not a place to go.
Especially not right
Especially
Yeah,
not.
Yeah, especially not right now. This is
Yeah,
a very
no.
rough time to be part of the Hawks.
Yeah, they're not doing so well.
No, both on and off the ice,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Let's see. Would you rather win a Stanley Cup or be in the Hall of Fame?
Ooh, that's tough. I think it's gonna sound a little selfish, but I think I'd rather be in the Hall of Fame because I think that holds longer than winning a Stanley Cup.
You may be the first person that said Hall of Fame.
All right, yeah, controversial there again. I mean, I'm just saying, like.
Morfoot, how about
what'd
you?
say?
I'm not the same. I don't win a Stanley Cup. I don't even care
And
if I
that's
don't.
why you're going
if
to
I-
Tampa.
yeah, if I don't play a single minute, but I win, that's fine by me. I get the ring, and I can be like, I won a Stanley Cup.
Like rode the bench.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
Just,
you
yeah,
know?
it's just
I-
bragging rights. Who
See-
else can say that they won a Stanley Cup?
That's
See,
fair.
I could 100% hop on that, but then to me, again, like, it's kind of like, what are you doing for me? And I kind of feel like when you have a Hall of Fame resume, you can be like, yo, this is what I did. Right there.
That's fair. Yeah, but if you're in the Hall of Fame and you don't have a cup, like
Oh,
everyone's
yeah,
gonna
that's
think
pretty
about-
that's pretty
Yeah.
cruddy.
You
I'll
know,
admit, that's pretty cruddy.
like
Like
a guy
Joe
like-
Thornton's not gonna
Or
get
like
a
a
cup.
guy like Jerome McGinley
Oh, okay, yeah.
doesn't have a cup. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet or not?
I think he's getting inducted.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a guy like him, Hall of Fame. This was like the Ovechkin situation until 2018.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame career, one of the best guys to ever play the game, and no cup until 2018.
Okay. Oh.
You got the look on
jeez.
your face like you have some controversial take about
No,
Ovechkin now.
no. That's a tough question though. Like I would obviously want to win a Stanley Cup, but I want to like play in it. I'm not like him. Like I wouldn't just sit on the bench. And
You want to
like,
earn it?
Yeah.
Morfoot's like, I'll take the ring. That's
I'll
okay.
take the ring.
Yeah. I don't
Fine
know.
by
There's just
me.
like I don't know what it is, but like there's something that says like, yo, like I wanna like be a part of it. So
I can see that. What's the strangest thing you've seen happen on the ice? Kind of your hockey oddity.
for me,
I love how you have an answer right away
yeah,
for this.
well, because it just happened. I've never, in I guess the short time I've played, I've never gotten like a face-off violation penalty.
Oh, okay.
I've
yeah.
never seen that
Yeah.
until then. Because I'll admit, I turned around my dad. I'm like what?
Yeah.
Like what was the call?
That was bizarre.
Yeah. So
was definitely
I mean,
bizarre.
for me, that was like. I mean, the coaches didn't even know about like what that was. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one that was confused.
I
So.
agree. Yeah, we were confused on the broadcast about that too.
I
Why
was
that
standing
happened.
next to Dylan, just listening to him yell at everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Morfoot, how about you?
It'd have to be that. I can't think of anything else, so it'd probably be that.
The
'cause
face-off
I've
violation.
yeah, I was like, what the heck is a face-off violation?
Yeah, it made no sense. I don't know. It was. Well, I think you guys got the warning because you had 6 skaters on the
Yeah,
ice.
Yeah.
but then I like,
And then your center jumped.
Yeah.
And I think that was where the penalty came from.
I don't even, I was like, wait, we got a penalty? Because I was just sitting
Yeah.
on the bench
Yeah.
talking to like, I don't remember. I think
Probably me.
Josh.
Yeah.
And then they blow the whistle, and I see like Ernie
like,
get in
what
the
happened?
box. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was everyone's reaction. Biggest pet peeve in hockey, something that kind of grinds your gears.
For me, it's another quick one. It's when people shoot the puck after the whistle.
Oh,
I hate
sure.
it so much. Even in practice, I'm gonna call him out. Selman does it every single practice. Every single practice, and I can't even like tell you how like tense I get about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like does it every time too. Blows a whistle. You know, like I'm standing there waiting to like hear what he's gonna say. Like whether it be like flip sides or like, hey, everyone come over here. I'm gonna drop a play or whatever. Someone always shoots the puck after, and I'm like, oh my god, so angry.
Morfoot.
So why would you do that?
I don't know. It's just like people that I don't know. This sounds like really. I don't know. I don't want to sound mean, but like people that think that they're like super good and like put on the persona of, like, oh, I'm so good, and then they like suck.
That's
or like,
fair.
or like they act like they're really good, like they do something like really fancy, and like they're like, oh my
Like
god,
one
I'm so
time.
good, and then like,
Yeah.
and then everything else is just bad, and it's like, oh, why'd you do like, why are you carrying off this, and you're not that good?
Why did you do that one good thing? And
Yeah,
now you're
and
bad?
then it's like, oh, okay.
I'll add something really quick. Another big one for me, because my high school team did it all the time, is when we chirp when we're losing.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
that too. That's
why
stupid.
are
Yeah.
you talking trash when we're losing the game? Like, that doesn't
That's fair.
add up at all. And
Yeah.
it makes us look terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, just doesn't make any sense. Like, if it's deserved, it's deserved. Like, if the guy slashed you or whatever, 100% get it.
Yeah.
There'll be times, like, we're skating back after an icing, nothing has been said, and they're like, dude, you suck so much. I'm like, they're beating us. Like,
Yeah.
it's 5-2. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Grow
or
up.
when people yell at the refs, like, "Oh, how did you not call that?" I'm like, you can't let the refs get to you. You just
Yeah.
gotta play the game.
Because they can't see everything.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see. If a player had to fill in and coach a game, who do you think would be the best option?
Dylan.
I probably agree. Yeah.
Partial.
Yeah, he just looked like
get
a
him a lot.
coach last game, like last couple.
He
of
just had
games.
the look down.
Yeah, like
this
I'm
past
sitting in the
weekend.
locker room, like at a time, I'm like, dude, Dylan looks like a coach right now.
My parents were watching the game, and like my mom didn't recognize him. She was like, "Who is that?" Like he looks like someone's like dad is there or something on the interview. He just had like the whole look down. It was
Yeah,
on
I was
point.
like, wow,
Yeah.
he looks more coachiest than our coach.
Let's see. If you could participate in a skills competition in the NHL All-Star Game, who? What would you compete in and why?
I don't know.
Let's assume, Kristen, you'd be a skater for it. Because for a goalie, you really
okay.
just have the breakaway challenge. and-
Yeah. Okay.
And the guys are just trying to light you up. I feel like that wouldn't be very fun.
I'd probably do like the accuracy challenge.
Okay.
Which, you know, be real, suck at. But, like, I don't know what like the longest time to take would be. Like,
But you'd get it?
Yeah, I would get the longest time ever.
I'd probably have to do that one too
The
because
longest time
The
ever.
accuracy one?
yeah.
Got it. If all the goalies went down, unfortunately, this is kind of an awkward
Jeez.
question with a goalie here.
It's all right. It's
If all
all
the
right.
goalies were go down, who would be the best skater to slot in?
Oh, I'd probably either say Darcy or Kramer, and both because they always mimic our goalie movements. So like they'll literally like get down and like do like the pushes side to side,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know, you guys might have it.
They
You guys
may
might
have it. There you go.
Yeah.
Morfoot?
You had to fill in.
I don't know. I guess Darcy and Craig. I haven't seen them do it, but I guess
Wow.
if you see him do it, I'm just gonna have to go
I'm
with
just
you.
saying.
on that
I know
one.
Kramer does perfect, and I know Darcy's done it before too. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Worst tape job on the team.
Ooh. I might be up there. Like mine's not bad, but like people say it's weird because I don't go all the way to my heel and I don't go all the way to my toe.
Interesting.
There's someone on the team that has like a Jamie Benn one where it's just like black tape and it's like.
It's Bishop.
It's Bishop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bishop scores at me all the time, so like it's all right. Like that, your tape job isn't
We have
good.
this
but...
question written down as worst tape job and why is it Bishop?
Ah.
Because
I
Bishop's got the
wasn't-
candy
I was
cane.
gonna say Bishop.
Yeah.
You weren't. Who were you gonna say?
Wow.
I don't know. Everyone's tape job is like normal. Ty does something weird, or he doesn't like tape like the tip of his toe.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's
much is
pretty
showing.
weird.
Interesting.
I'm like, why don't you just do the whole thing?
Just do it?
Like,
Yeah.
coming from a person that doesn't care about taping their stick, that one's just like, dude, just like,
Yeah.
come on now, just get the whole thing.
If you could start an NHL franchise anywhere, where would it be?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'd restart one in Atlanta.
Just have it leave for the third time again?
Yeah, no. With me, they would stay.
This one's staying?
The Atlanta Thrashers, I'd bring back the whole gig, the whole thing, but good ownership, and
Yeah.
they stay. Because if the Arizona Coyotes can last as long, I mean, come on.
Fair enough.
I have no idea. Probably Quebec.
Bring back the Nordiques.
Yeah.
Sick
Cause
answer.
yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
Sick answer. Or Hartford Whalers, like when they played in the mall.
That would be good, yeah.
100% did that too.
All right, let's see. These are some quick fire ones.
Okay.
Cleanest stall in the locker room?
Probably, I'll say like Ernie. I don't feel like it's
Yeah.
ever. I don't feel
Okay.
like it's
Ernie or partial.
Yeah.
What about dirtiest stall?
Dirtiest, I Justin. And I sit next to him, and it's just like he just like plops his stuff there sometimes. I'm like, gotta scooch that on your side, but
Well, I heard that I was one of the dirtiest stalls, but I don't get how I am because Ty sits in my spot basically. So I'm like my spot's here, he's here,
So maybe Ty.
and then
you're
Ty
in the
just
corner?
yeah, I'm in the corner, right? And then Ty ends up sitting in my spot because McDonald's in here, so I end up sitting in McDonald's spot. So I'm like, how do I have the messiest stall if you're sitting in my spot?
So Ty has the messiest stall.
It's either Ty or Selman.
Ty just got like Uno reverse carded on this, you know?
Yeah, Ty or Selman because they're like he's in my spot basically all the time.
Let's see. Best and worst hair on the team.
wow, that's tough. I'll be real. I'm not really a big long hair person,
Okay.
but it fits Gore, so I'm not gonna say Gore. I'd probably go Selman. I feel like his hair always looks like he just got out of bed. I mean, like, I know mine doesn't look good right now, but that's because I just took off my hat. But
What about best hair?
best, probably, like, Ernie. Kind of reminds me of, like, Superman a little bit, so.
I would say Ligas or Ernie for best hair. And
Okay.
then for the worst, probably Justin.
That's so funny.
Especially
Just
with
got
the
a
new
haircut.
yeah.
Just got a haircut,
It
too.
just doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
All right.
We got to have him on to defend his haircut. Best skater on the team.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd probably go Ernie or Bishop.
I'd say Morrow because he's pretty good. He can get
Morrow
he can
can
like
fly.
yeah,
Yeah.
he can get through people like really quick.
I'd say he's pretty agile
True.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I just think he's a great stick handler. Like,
That as
yeah,
well.
but he can go really like he can get fast. And
True.
just like completely go right through you.
He's
and
got
you're
both.
like, wow.
Yeah.
I just think, like, when I think of skating too, I think of skating strength as well. And I just
That's
feel
fair.
like Ernie, like, with his size, like, he can get, like, sometimes, like, there's times you can't bump him off the puck.
He
And,
has
like,
some strong
guy,
strides, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And, like, a guy can be, like, half a foot taller than him. Like,
I have to agree
how
with
do you
that
still
one.
have the puck?
Ernie's pretty a really strong skater.
And then
Ernie's like solid as a rock too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. And then, like, Bishop is just, like,
It's just Bishop.
Bishop. So,
He's
yeah.
fast. He's
Yeah.
big. He's strong. It's like wow.
Yeah, he
He's
can
got
do
a good shot.
He can do
Yeah.
all the above.
Yeah.
Just
so.
do everything basically.
he's a great two-way defenseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best style on the team.
Style? I'd probably say Ty.
Okay.
I worked with him a few years ago with in Arctic Ice Arena. Don't know if you've ever been there.
I've heard of it.
He's got some pretty cool
Say Darcy.
shoes and hats. So.
Darcy for sure.
Darcy? Oh yeah, I could see that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I say Darcy.
I just think Ty's underrated. I'll be real.
Who's the best at sewer?
So that's hard to answer because I think me and Morfoot are one of like 5 people that don't participate.
Oh, you guys don't play. Okay.
You know, I watch it though. I'd say Ernie's pretty good.
Could you agree that Selman is one of the worst at sewer?
Oh,
Yes.
100%. But see, that's why I don't play because I suck. So just know where you are, right?
Yeah,
Know
I
your
tr-
place.
I tried
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
it. I tried playing it, and everyone got mad at me. So I was like, I'm done with
Yeah, I
this.
remember we
That's
did
enough.
it. I remember we did it like in that like brutal week we had.
Hell
And-
week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I remember like I was probably the person that got kicked to first and ended up landing on the ground right after.
I
Nice.
somehow made it to the final 2, but
Wow.
I have no idea how I did it.
Last one. Out of the 3 jerseys that we have, which one is your favorite?
I'd probably go like kind of like the Color Rush one. I guess I would say like the alternate.
The black
it's
one?
full black. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the white ones
You like the white ones?
Yeah.
Interesting. First one to say something that's not the black
because
jerseys.
they have the logo and like the team names. So I just find that really cool.
That's true. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, that's all the questions for us. We'd like to turn the microphone over to you guys, though, so you guys can ask us any questions. So Rebecca's sent the iPad over, as always.
Why are you giving it to me?
I don't know.
All right. So, actually, I'll ask a question. Have you guys skated before? I saw the video with you with Darcy. That was a great video. That was a great
I look like an
video.
absolute pylon out there.
Doesn't
I
even
try
matter.
To redo some of those.
I'm a
Does-
more.
I'm a traffic cone in that video.
Doesn't
like-
even matter. That video was great. That was one of the first ones I watched with the recruitment videos. So, like, yeah.
But yes, I have skated before.
You have?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
but
I have too.
Okay. Another question I'll ask. How did you guys get interested into kind of covering the hockey team, doing a podcast, broadcasting, taking photos? By the way, you guys do a great job at all that, and we really appreciate it.
I'll let you go first.
We talked about this last week. We don't really know how it started.
Really?
I think it was more of like it was kind of we both wanted because we kind of want to do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was kind of like we just saw this as like an opportunity to learn,
Okay.
and I don't know. We're here now.
Yeah, it started with like doing radio broadcasts, and that turned into video, and then YouTube streams, and then recruiting video, other videos, and now we're here.
Okay. Like, did you guys ask Mark? Like, hey,
we
we're
reached
interested in
out to
this?
Mark and Pico,
Okay.
and we're like, hey, we're at the radio station. We'd love to broadcast your games. And then I don't know, we just got closer with the team, and you guys have given us a lot of creative freedom, which helps a lot. And they're kind of like with the recruiting video, it's kind of like, do whatever you think is best, and it's kind of went from there. So here we are.
Wow.
Here we are, yeah.
And how long ago was that?
We started doing the radio broadcast 2 seasons ago. Well, yeah, so this is season
This is
3.
the third.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty recent.
Fairly
Okay.
recent, yeah.
And like why and or how did you guys get into hockey? I mean, I know there's some other sports like volleyball, lacrosse, soccer. I mean, is it because it's more like maybe year-round kind of thing where it goes like from like end of summer through fall?
We're just kind of
winter?
hockey fans in general. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been watching since I was 7. So
Okay.
like, and then just finding out that Lewis has a team, and like I don't know, like I knew that you guys had a team, like would have been my freshman year, but like it was like it's under the club sport, so I'm like, oh, it's just club hockey, But then like we got talking with the team, we're like, all right, this is like legitimate college hockey, This isn't like 20 guys that have played like recreationally through high school that are like, hey, let's start a hockey team
Yeah.
for Lewis. This is like legitimate college hockey. So we're like, all right, this is something that's like broadcast worthy as well,
Okay.
So we're like, why not? So we reached out to Mark and talked to the rink about what accommodations they all had, and they were cool with it. So here we are.
All right.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Yeah, here we are now doing YouTube and all the stuff that we do.
Make sure if you have any questions, you can chime in.
keep going.
Do you guys have any favorite NHL teams? I think I know yours by your cup right there.
Oh, good luck. There's like
Oh,
stickers
oh,
everywhere.
I only
One
saw
of our
that.
friends bought a sheet of
My
the
bad. The
Yeah,
only time
yeah,
I
we-
only
on
saw.
the team, so we split them up.
I only saw Vegas.
I am a Vegas fan though. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yep. I'm from Wisconsin,
Okay.
so we don't have an NHL team.
Oh, okay.
And like I was a Vancouver fan, kind of around like in 2010s when they made their cup run in 2011.
Okay.
And then because I was a big Luongo fan,
Oh.
followed him to Florida for a couple of years, learned about Jonathan Marchessault through Florida because he had like his breakout year before he
Yeah.
went to Vegas in the expansion
Yep.
draft. And like I don't know, my dad and I were just kind of looking for a new team to root for when Vegas was starting. We're like, why not just like
Perfect
start
chance.
with them? Because
Perfect
like
chance.
no one can accuse us of being a bandwagon
Yeah,
fan.
exactly.
Because like I was there from the
Exactly.
beginning. Like don't like everyone's like, oh, you're just a Vegas bandwagon fan. It's like nope, I watched the first couple games,
True. Yeah.
and like was there like watching it all. And I don't know, it's a interesting experience to kind of grow as a fan as the team did as well.
Yeah.
Like that's like a cool experience, and like I'm excited for like people to have that with Seattle too. But yeah, that's you're a Hawks fan though.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
All right. It's all right.
Rebecca's like a non-practicing Hawks fan. You
Okay.
know, like
I've
you,
been watching more of the Kraken.
you just kind of follow from
Okay.
afar. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, because I had a good excuse to follow Vegas because Fleury went there. So
Yeah.
I'll admit I did
There
get
you
like
go.
some Fleury Vegas merch.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I have a Fleury jersey, so
do you guys like football?
I've started following it a little bit more the past couple seasons.
And do you have a favorite team?
Well, I've been watching the Raiders because they've moved to Vegas. So I'm like,
Okay.
all right, they moved to Vegas. Might as well watch
Okay.
the other Vegas team,
All
you
right.
know? Because, like, I don't know, never really was a big Packers fan.
Okay.
That may be a sore topic.
That's
Sorry,
no,
that's what I was getting to. I was like, you a Packers fan?
No, not really. I
Thank
mean,
God.
like, no.
Thank God beat the Steelers in Super Bowl in 2010. So.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember when that happened. Everyone at school was going all crazy. I'm like, yay, the Packers won. Oh
Crush
boy.
my
Yay,
dreams.
football.
Crush
Yeah,
my dreams.
football. Yeah, but I've been watching it more consistently this year.
Okay.
Helps that the Raiders are decent this year. They're 5-2.
Yeah.
So like they're having a good year.
Okay.
You know, minus the news that came out today about Ruggs, but
Yeah, that's a stinker.
that's a whole different.
I mean,
can
yeah,
of
that's
worms.
that's a guy that has what was he? I think he was a top 15 pick. He might have been 15 on the dot. Might have been like 12 around there.
Yeah.
From the Raiders.
Yeah, he was like first round, like
Yeah.
first half of the first round.
Yeah.
Like really good guy coming out of Alabama too, and
Yeah, it sucks
Bad
to see what
decisions.
happened.
Yeah.
Bad decisions.
yep.
Have you guys, and be honest with me, you have to be honest right now. Like, you have to
Okay.
look at me and be honest.
I
Do
don't
you
like.
guys-
Where's
do you
this
guys-
going, Christian?
Do you guys have a favorite player? And if
on
you do,
the Lewis team?
yeah, like
We've
it could
been
be.
asked this
You,
before.
how about you do right now and then all time, and just I would like to know why.
Oh, like all-time Lewis player or all-time NHL player?
Lewis. So like,
Oh,
so
okay.
like all time that you've been there.
Okay.
And then right now as well.
Favorite Lewis player right now? I'm gonna say Bishop
Okay.
because I
agree.
like how he plays both sides of the puck, and he's just like
all over the place.
dude can just do it all. Like
Yeah.
offense, defense.
Yeah.
Like he's such a good like offensively minded defenseman, which
Gotcha.
I always like to see when the defense gets a little bit more active in it. I don't know. Maybe that's because I've been watching Vegas, and that's how they
Okay.
run their defensemen. Like they are really active offensively. So I don't know. I appreciate that, seeing it out of Zach. Still just like
Yeah.
jump. Like sometimes I forget that he's a defenseman, and he's like a fourth forward out there. You know, so he's fun to watch. Favorite all time, I'd have to go with Chris Esty.
Okay.
He graduated
Took my
He
answers.
graduated. I knew you were gonna say Chris. He graduated 2 years ago. That guy just like wore his heart on his sleeve. Just like went out there like every shift was his last. Like just had like that warrior mindset. Like you could just tell that like when he was playing, he was just like 100% commit every time he touched the ice.
Was he a forward or?
He was a
Yeah.
forward, yeah,
Yeah, he was a
and he
forward.
was just like crazy to watch because like it was like he could like flip a switch and just like take over games
Oh.
and just like totally turn it on when he needed to. Because there was this one game where like he scored like 4 goals or something,
Hockey fights game.
and you could just tell like that night he was just like feeling it. And like when he was on, like it was a lot of fun to watch.
I wish someone like definitively kept track of like who like the points leaders are like all time or like who
Yeah.
the wins, who the. Because I know Pika was like, "Oh, Ernie, you were the youngest captain ever named or something." I'm like, like see, that's such a cool
I could
stat
be-
to have.
Yeah,
Such
yeah.
a cool stat to have. I mean, like, come on, I want to know like.
So I was looking at the ACHA website.
Mhm.
First of all, this season's
Terrible.
not right at all.
Terrible, yeah.
Well, not even like the score,
Half the schedule isn't even there, and like the jersey
That's,
numbers
that's
are
what
off.
I was saying.
Yeah.
I was looking for the schedule. I'm like,
Mono.
what is going
Matt
on?
Mono.
Instead of Matt
Yeah, they have like Moro.
Washington.
They have Moro down as like number like 59 or something. Like that's
Oh,
definitely
brutal.
not right.
Come on,
Yeah.
man, just scored 4 goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our leading
Disrespect.
scorer has the wrong name and the wrong number.
Jeez.
That's always great.
Come on now.
But like, because I've looked at like just like past seasons before we worked with them, kind of like where the team's at. I just don't remember like where specifically I looked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember. Point Streak changed their
Streak
site though
seems pretty
recently
good.
though. Like they changed the design I think recently.
For the better or for the worse?
Well, I kind of for the worst because now I don't know how to navigate it
Oh,
really
okay.
as well. You know,
Okay.
so I honestly didn't know like a lot about the old site, but now like this new one like through the ACHA, I'm trying to navigate it. I'm like I don't know where to go for half the stuff, and it's confusing. But that would be cool if we had better stats and seeing like career stuff. You know, career statistics. That would
Yeah.
be neat.
I think that'd
Yeah.
be super cool. I mean,
That
like,
would be cool.
just because, like, obviously, like, high schools, jeez. College is different than high school, so, I
Yeah.
mean, like, we, as a team, I can already definitively say take this way more seriously than a lot of kids did in high school. I mean, like, I'm the same now as I was in high school. Like, I took everything seriously. That's mainly because, like, you know, do stuff like handle the nerves and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that applies to everything, by the way, with the nerves. Like, I got a speech coming up. Wow. I am, like, my heart is literally beating, like, right now talking about it. Like, I give a speech next week in Cornerstone, and then a
Oh,
speech for a final
Cornerstone.
project in Intro to Exercise Science.
Nice.
And I'm like, come on, guys.
Can I have somebody give
That's
the
a lot of
speech for
talking.
me?
It is. And I'm trying to, like, take, like, an online class that's like 4 weeks, and it's during our winter break.
Interesting.
And there's only like 5 kids signed up, and I hope that's like how it stays. So it's like me and like 6 people total,
Yeah.
with the teacher included. I'm like, please.
That would be great.
You commentate the games, right? So,
Yes.
All right. So how did you decide who was going to commentate?
That was just like, so when we started the games, it was me, you, and Jake, who graduated 2
Okay.
years ago. And like Jake was already calling our other sports games that we do, and like I knew hockey enough that I could do color. So then like him and I started calling it, and then Jake graduated, so I had to shift to play-by-play. So I did last season all solo, because we were like we had just had like all of the, we had all the sports just jammed packed in one semester too, because we had nothing in the fall. So they were all in spring. So it was just like sports after sports after sports, and everyone was doing different events. So I was doing hockey solo, and then we finally got, Logan, who's doing them now. But yeah, it was just kind of like out of necessity, and like I was decent enough at it that like it worked, you know.
It takes guts to call games. I'll tell you that right now.
It was so like play-by-play at first was like, oh god, like this is like, because you gotta, especially with hockey, like there's no downtime. Like basketball, you got nice downtime. Like when we call volleyball, nice downtime. You know, all the other sports we call, like baseball. Baseball's a breeze to call. Baseball, well, baseball is easy but also hard. Like it's easy to call the game, but it's hard because you have so much time to fill.
Yeah.
And you just have to find stuff to talk about. Like I called one baseball game here with another one of our broadcasters, and he was like pulling at straws so much to think of stuff to talk about. He was like talking about how his laptop was supposed to die. he was like, say, Reid, my laptop's at 20%. I'm like, thanks. You know, like that's tricky in that regard. But like hockey, with the pace of it, and like guys are switching constantly. Like there's no like with other sports, the substitutions are easy to keep track of. With hockey, it's like, all right, now the lines are jumbled, and it's not what they were in the first period, and now you're figuring out who's out there with who, you know. And
I mean, like with Bishop, always like I at least know this weekend he went between offense and defense.
Bishop was just a forward this week, basically.
Because I remember versus Rorer, he was mainly defense.
Yeah, he was defense.
And then when we played Marion, I think one game he played a little bit of offense, and then every game now it's just like the first and half of the second he'll be like defense, and then typically like, you know, we start putting pressure on them, so that's when we're like, yo, Bishop, go to forward. And typically like he gets great chances, and like sometimes I'm like, how does this goalie like stop it? Like, because college goalies move and react way differently than high school goalies. So I will admit, I do still have a little bit of high school traits that I like to do. Like sometimes like Pico tells me don't follow all my rebounds, because I'll admit in high school you didn't have to do that. But like now obviously like you can tell why. It's just like it's all mental and repetition. I'm just gonna stop saying repetition right there. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be insane to call the games and do everything that you guys do. So
it was hilarious on I think it was Saturday's game.
Yeah.
We were talking about how like better utilizing the depth of the lineup.
Yeah.
Because like recently, like Moro's obviously been on the score sheet a lot, Ernie, you know, and like we were talking about how like, you know, like Lewis looking to tap into their depth a little bit more, and like midway through the game, I'm like, you know, I think it was like midway through the second, I'm like, you know, I'd love to see like Zach Bishop get more involved offensively. Then like a minute and a half later, he scores. I'm like, wow, look at that. You know, I just spoke that into existence. It was like one of like my proudest moments. I felt like I totally called that. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'd love to see Bishop get involved like a little bit more offensively. See him on the score sheet because he's been a little silent like the previous game, you know. And then he scores. I'm like, wow, that was that. I was pretty proud of that.
So I'm asking a lot of questions, by the way. So, Morfoot, if you want to hop in here. I'm just messing around. So you asked us if we model our games after anybody. So as, you know, a media team, you know, calling, all that stuff, do you model anything after anybody? Like, you know, like maybe how you do like designs. Like for example, last year, we had to do a project. Forgot what class it was for. I think it was just generic business class. I think what it was, like Business 101 or something like that. We had to make, you know, like a marketing sign. And I'll admit, I went to like a few social media pages like Penguins Steelers. And like just try to like
to get like inspiration for it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And, like just try to kind of like mock mine off of theirs.
Sure.
Like what do they put where?
Sure.
What is bolded or something like that. Like, do you guys do that or like anything like that, or is it just
I think like content wise, not so much.
Okay.
Like I think like I don't know. I personally feel like I've like for video stuff, I've been editing long enough that I've been able to find my own editing style.
Yeah. Okay.
For calling, I mean, not really. I mean, there's small stuff that like I'll like. I don't know. Like I'll watch the Vegas games enough, so there's small things that their guys say that I'll find myself saying, but not really like. I don't know. I feel like you just have to like find your voice and like your style, Because, like, if you try too hard, like, I'm not going to go out there and be like, I'm going to be the next Doc Emmerich.
Oh, yeah, no, I got you.
Because, like, I don't know.
I know that is kind of a difficult question.
Yeah.
But, like.
I haven't really thought about that, too, either. Like, yeah, it's just kind of like.
I was just curious, yeah.
You kind of just have to find what works for you. You know? Right. And, like, just what works for you and still gets, like, the information across,
Okay, yeah.
And that's kind of, like, you have to run with it and figure out what you're comfortable with, so.
I was just curious because I totally thought of that, and I was like, oh, yeah, I could formulate that into a question because I 100% did that in my business 101 class. I was like, all right, go here. What do you do here? All right. Yeah, just like that.
There you go.
Do you guys have any favorite – this is my last question because I can't I formulated all of these because I listened to the one with Selman, and he's a silly guy.
And silly Selman.
Yeah, and – you guys handed it over, so I did have these ready.
Okay.
Do you guys have any favorite hockey players, like favorite players all time? Let's do all time and then right now.
All time?
Yeah.
I'll say Luongo as my all-time one. He was like the first player that I started like watching as a player instead of just like as a team. Like he was the reason I started watching the Canucks. Well, not really. I started watching the Canucks because I liked how their jerseys looked.
Okay.
But then I started watching the Canucks because Luongo was on the team, and like he was my favorite player on the team.
Very good.
And that's kind of when I followed him to Florida. So
Gotcha.
I would put him up there, like in terms of like my time watching hockey importance wise.
Okay.
In terms of like the great ones, I guess you could say, or like my like favorite. Currently though,
would it be Marchessault?
It probably would be.
All right.
He's like a little pest out there. He's kind of fun to watch because like he's a small guy, but he can just get in your face and just like annoy people, and like he's a good all around player too. I don't know. I kind of like watching like the guys that don't have like the size to them play because they have to adapt their game obviously. Like a St. Louis when he was playing, smaller guy,
That guy was sick.
Like Marceau, he's just like a little like he's a little pest out there, He just like he's just good at annoying people, but he can also score. Like he's not just out there just to like tick people off, but he can actually like produce offensively too, which I think is fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so hard right now.
You don't have like a favorite player right now. Like when you watch a game, you're like, this person I'm gonna watch. Like for me, it's like Penguins, Sidney Crosby, right? Or it's like Hawks, I'm gonna watch Fleury, right? So there's no one.
Not right now. I'll be honest. I haven't watched a lot this year, just from work and working with you guys.
What about all-time favorite player?
I'm gonna say Robin Leonard. Not so much for his
I was gonna choose him for my second option for current player.
Okay.
I just thought of that. Yeah.
Like I like watching him on the ice. It's more of like
his story.
His off ice, yeah, his story.
Yeah.
Favorite? I don't know. I don't think I have a current one right now.
I was gonna say Leonard as well for current one, just because his off ice stuff, obviously. I don't know. I just like watching him play. Like he's just like he's a little unconventional.
Yeah, he's unique because he's super.
He's
big.
so unique. He's a big guy, but he can also move when he needs to. Like he had that one quote, like what was it, like big man can move or something like all he said, because one of the reporters was like, how'd you get over made the save? He was like, big man can move when he needs to, and it's like, all right. But I like watching him play, and I know like there's a whole controversy about him taking the starting job from Fleury.
Yeah.
And like there's a whole like sword in the back photo from Fleury's agent that was all blown up way out of proportion, and like I don't know, like he came in and was just like strictly business and just pushed it aside and was like, like I'm here to win.
Yeah.
And like he just kind of like I don't know, he just like shut up a ton of people because like Vegas Twitter loved ripping on him last season.
Yeah.
Because like in the playoffs, like, oh, if we started Fleury, we would have won this game. Like that game, they lost like 7-1 to the Avalanche, and I think like Leonard was in goal. They're like, man, if Fleury wasn't in goal, our offense definitely would have put up more than one goal.
Yeah.
It's like
I got you.
it's like the goalie can't do anything if the offense isn't producing, but
Yeah.
they'd still find a way to blame Leonard. And, like, I don't know. It was just so much fun watching him go into, like, key games and win them. Like, that would have been 2 years ago. I think 2 playoffs ago against Vancouver.
Okay.
I think it was second round against Vancouver, Game 7. They started Leonard.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just one of those games you knew, like, man, if they lose this game, he's gonna get absolutely like crucified on Twitter. Yeah, like he's not gonna hear the end of it. And like it was getting to the point where it was like 10 minutes left to go in the third, 0-0, and it's one of those situations where like next goal wins the game. You know, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
And like Vancouver has him quick opportunity on like a fast break. And he ended up making some big save for it, and Vegas took it the other way and scored. I'm like, thank God, because if he would have let that goal in, that would have been like it would have been an absolute dumpster fire.
So looking at it as on the management side, do you think how Vegas handled the goalie situation? Because I'll admit I'm a homer, so I'm kind of like I don't see what you're doing here, but you know they got their guy now. Fleury's got his place now, and plus he's older. I mean I know age is a significant choice.
Yeah.
But I mean just saying like the guy's coming off pretty much pulling your team to the Stanley Cup final. Like I think up to that point he had the highest save percentage like ever through a goalie for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the following year they choked in the first round. That was the most painful game I've
Oh my
ever
gosh,
watched.
let's not talk about that.
Most painful game I've ever watched.
That was brutal. Still not a major though.
Yeah.
Worst call I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that was a bad call.
That was brutal.
But like how Vegas management handled
How they managed the goalie situation?
Yeah, like do you think there's anything they should have done different?
So I know there was a thing on Twitter about how supposedly Fleury found out through Twitter.
Yeah.
And I know Vegas' GM has said that he's not a guy to call players if the trade call hasn't been finalized and stuff like that. So I don't know where I really stand on that. Like, yeah, they probably could have handled it differently there. But I think, like, you can't go into another season with, you know, they had, what, like $7 million tied up in goalies?
$7 million with Fleury, so I think it was $11 million total.
Or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's way too much to... Oh, yeah, because Fleury was a $7 million contract.
And I think Leonard was like 4 or 5
Leonard was 5, I think.
All right, so 12.
So, like, yeah, so, like, $12 million tied up in goalies. Like,
that's crazy.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to work. Like, one of these guys needs to get shipped out. Like, yeah, Fleury won the Vezina trophy. But Leonard, you have to remember, he's also a Vezina finalist from a couple years ago. He's a 2-time Jennings Trophy winner. So, like, people, like, were making it out like he's some AHL backup goalie that we have.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, this guy could go to any NHL team and get the starting job.
That's
like,
true.
He's not some, like, schmuck from the men's league that they found in Vegas, you know? Like, like what? Like, so I think they had to move out a guy. And, it makes sense why it was Leonard. Because he's, like, 4 years younger, $2 million cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, I wish they would have gotten a little bit more in return for Fleury, but like, yeah, I mean, like, if you can count cap space in the trade, they got $7 million in cap space, which is beneficial in its own regard. But like, I mean, like, I don't know. I think everyone could see it coming eventually. Like, I kind of wish that Fleury would have just waited out, or they would have waited out the last year of his contract and had him retire there.
Yeah, that's what
but
I wanted.
When he got traded to the Hawks, like, the first thing I thought was, like, there's no way he ever plays a game in a Hawks uniform.
Exactly what I thought. Like, this man's retiring.
He's retiring.
That sucks.
He's absolutely
that
retiring.
Sucks.
You know, and then he started playing, and now he's probably thinking like, "Damn, I should retire."
Yeah,
you know?
God, no.
Now he's like, what, 7-2 into the season? He's like, "This was a mistake," you know, like.
I think for him it's really hard too, because just knowing how long he's played in the league, and he's had 493 wins.
Yeah,
I know if I was that close to
so
500,
close to
I wouldn't retire till I hit 500.
And
I would. It could take me another 10 years. Wouldn't retire.
He's close to moving up in the ranks for all-time wins as well. Yeah, but like I think like a lot of things like especially from the Vegas fan perspective and seeing what a lot of other Vegas fans have said on social media, I think a lot of them like he had like 4 solid years with Vegas. Like the Vezina Trophy, obviously, like he was like a great player with Vegas. You got to remember, like as a Pittsburgh fan, he had some pretty rough years in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
like
God.
he wasn't like
PTSD.
He wasn't like this elite goaltender every year in Pittsburgh either, though. You know, so you have to think about like I was talking to a friend about this recently, about how Vegas traded away like this elite goaltender. I'm like, yeah, he was elite, won the Vezina, like best goalie last year. But an elite goalie wins the Vezina at 25 instead of 35.
True, yeah.
You know? So, like, he's a great goalie, don't get me wrong. But I think his 4 years in Vegas kind of warped people's perspective of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember, like, yeah, he really had, like, this, like, return to form time in Vegas. But he also had some, like, rough years in Pittsburgh, too, you know?
So, do you think he's top 5 all time?
Do I think he's top 5 all time? I'm trying to think of... Let me think of goalies that would be top 5. I mean, you have to
Did
put
you
like
say no?
Marty Brodeur.
Are you serious?
No way.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. I
Wow.
don't think
Okay.
You gotta
wow,
put, like-
we might be here for another 3
You got to
hours.
put Marty Brodeur as number
Well,
1.
100%.
Hands
yeah.
down.
And then 2 is Wah.
2 would be Wah. Yep.
For me, Fleury is 3 or 4.
I got to look up some lists for inspiration because I am running dry on goalie names that I can think of for anyone I would put
I
there.
don't think Fleury's top
You
five.
really don't. Top 5?
Probably like top 10.
Top 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think top 5.
Oh, like Dominic Hasek. He has to be up there.
Hasek's 3 for me.
He has to be
That's
up there. Yeah, he's probably 3.
I don't think Belfour is 4. I think Fleury's 4 and Belfour's 5.
Oh, Yeah. Oh, wow.
I know, it makes you think, doesn't it? Just had this.
That's a
talk in my-
fantastic question. Top 5 goalies. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Fleury for me, yeah, maybe he slots in at like 5 for me. I don't, but then I'm
Okay.
thinking of like who would be 4. Like, I don't
I
know.
don't even know, to be honest.
I know, but you ticked me off when you said he's not top 5. So.
Let's see what the hockey writers say. Oh, this is from 2021, so this is fairly recent. They have Terry Sawchuk as 4.
See, I don't like doing that with
They
a
put
person that played in
Patrick-
the 20s.
They put Patrick
like,
Waugh as 1. And Brodeur at 3.
They're okay.
Oh.
Whoa.
All right.
That's a bit too low.
That's it's for me. It's Waugh and Brodeur interchangeable at 102. Hasek at 3. My problem is I don't like putting people from like the 20s and like 40s
When they were playing without masks on.
Yeah, like, and well, mainly because you could barely lift the puck.
If we talk
I mean,
like
let's be real.
top goalies of the modern era, then I think Fleury, you're looking at top 5.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. There.
Maybe
yeah.
all time,
For
because then you pull in
modern era,
like, yeah, like there's
I
like,
just think a guy that has that much consistency that he does, sure, there was a time where he fell under the category like, yo, you're getting in the regular season, what's up in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
100% fell in that category. But I just think, like when you have like as much as he does, and even like he already has more playoff success if you take away the backup cups in Pittsburgh. Already has more success than Lundqvist, Luongo.
yeah.
He has his. No, Jonathan Quick would have one more. Crawford would have.
Oh, I forgot about
one
Jonathan
more.
Quick.
I love
Jonathan Quick in his prime was insane.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Quick in his prime is better than Fleury and Lundqvist hand down. I think so.
Prime Quick? Yeah.
Yes. I think he was the best goalie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like yeah, that would have been like what, like late or like early 2010s.
Yeah, like
late
2012 to
2000.
2015.
Yeah,
Like
that was like when they were just on like an absolute tear
Yep.
as the Kings. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see that. This is top 50 from Bleacher Report. Let's see what they say for their top. Number 1, they have. So they have Patrick Waugh 1,
I'm fine with that.
Terry Sawchuk 2.
Hate that.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Someone from like the 30s.
He
when
led
they couldn't
Detroit to
lift the puck.
3 Stanley Cup titles in 5 years.
What's his name?
Terry Sawchuk.
Terry Sawchuk.
Yeah, he
Oh.
did that when there was only like 16.
I
thought you were talking about
knew you
the
were going to bring that up. Let's see. Then they have Marty Brodeur as 3.
Yeah,
Jacques Plante as 4. Dominic
slightly
Hasek
overrated.
is 5.
Yeah,
Glenn Hall 6.
now overrated. Actually, he played a ton of games.
Ken Dryden at 7. Wrote a good book. Would recommend. Bill Durnham at 8.
Don't even know who that is. That's the first goalie I've
He
never
won
heard of.
6 Vezina trophies. Played for the Canadians in the 50s.
That doesn't count.
4 consecutive shutouts.
That doesn't
in-
count. They won like 20.
48,
they won
49?
they won like 18 consecutive cups, like something like
That's
that.
true.
That doesn't count. I could have played then. I could have played with no legs, and I would have won a few cups there. I'm just saying, like literally, like that team was so dominant
Yeah, that's true. And then they haven't won one in how long?
since '93.
What about like I was thinking of like a guy like Chris Osgood in his prime from
No.
Detroit. Like
I don't think so. I hate Chris Osgood.
You don't
'cause
like
he
Chris
beat,
Osgood?
Just because he beat Pittsburgh.
that's
I don't
true.
like him.
They had that rivalry like every year. It
Yeah,
was
like
Pittsburgh Detroit.
Marion Hossa switching teams, lost both times.
Yeah.
Deserved it, man.
Chris Osgood had that funky mask too. He had
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the
it's
player's helmet with the
ugly.
reinforced cage
Yeah, it was ugly.
attached to it. Who else we got on this list? Now these are just a ton of old guys. Not many modern guys. Mike Vernon from the Flames.
Slightly overrated.
Don't know much about him.
It's like I think he was like an '80s guy. I think he
Mike
won, like,
Richter from New York. He was in the 90s.
Yeah, he was there. I think he won their cup. Like their.
Let's see. This guy doesn't even have a photo of him playing. This looks like it's a painting. This is John Hudden.
Never heard of that guy in my life. What are we talking, 40s?
This is like 20s.
Oh, my God.
That's like pre-original Six
That's
era.
like pre-Great Depression.
That's the first season the NHL existed.
He posted a 9-1-1 record in Stanley Cup play for the Ottawa Hockey Club.
That does.
Oh yeah, that's way back.
No, see, that doesn't count.
He won the Stanley Cup when it was literally just a cup.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Like, right there, they're counting, like, beer league wins. Right
Oh,
there.
Ed Belfour.
I had
Didn't
him
think
at,
of him.
I had him at 5.
He's got to be top 10. There's Chris Osgood. They have Chris Osgood at 38.
Brutal.
Hey, you know, even if he beat the Wings a bit, or the Penguins a bit, he was still good. Ron Hextall? Didn't think about him. Wow, this is like all the goalies that I'm forgetting were good. Curtis Joseph?
Nah, I didn't have enough success.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, no.
Prime Cam Ward, though.
Prime, yeah. What was that, like 3 years?
It was a darn good prime.
He won the Rookie Cup, and then like he had like maybe like 2 other 31 seasons.
He had one Stanley Cup and one Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
And then, Jose Theodore. Forgot about him.
Overrated. Same thing. He had a good prime. That was probably
He played in a really strong goalie era, though.
yeah. He was like the other one other than Price.
Because that was like Hobby Boolin, like that era. Like when those guys were playing, that was like some good goalies out there, though.
yeah, but you know, he won like the best. He won like the MVP of the league, which is like impossible to do as a goalie.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, he did that 1 year, and then everything else just your average.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe a little bit above average. Christian's hot takes back. One other question I just thought of. As a goalie, did you see the recent clip of Jordan Binnington?
Yeah, I don't like him.
What happened there?
So I think it was. I always think he does it because he always does it when they're down.
Yeah.
Like
He just loses temper or what? Like,
apparently, like I think he's like.
this has been like the second time
I
he's
think
had
he's
like an
kind of
outburst
like
like that.
I think he's kind of like a
He's
crybaby
a
in a
little
way.
bit of a
He plays in the
hothead.
NHL, so he can say that over me any day.
Yeah.
But I'll just be like, yo, I'm not a lunatic like you.
I think he's kind of the case of a guy who got to the top a little too quick.
Yeah.
Because he was
100%.
like playing in the AHL.
Yeah.
That gets called up like when when the Blues somehow hit January 1 and miraculously revamp their team, go on to win the 2019 Stanley
Yep.
Cup,
Yeah.
like somehow go from last to first, literally, like in complete reversal. He leads the team, and like
I'd love to get a player's perspective on that, actually. So, like,
Yeah.
if you saw me do that, and I know you're going to laugh about that, but like, if you saw me just, like, lose my temper as we're losing, go after players, would you just be like, what the
that'd be
censorship
stupid.
is he doing? Or
I'd be like, what are you doing?
exactly,
'Cause
right?
Even when like players do that, I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
That's
There's no
exactly what I
point.
thought.
the goalie's kind of a player too. I feel like if your goalie is composed,
Mhm.
the rest of the team will be.
Yeah, once the
You know,
goalie starts losing it,
exactly.
it's like everyone starts losing.
The goalie's kind of like the building block of like the team mental.
because
for
they're
game.
like the back. If they're not doing good, then everyone's just
Exactly.
gonna be like, oh, this game's over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like as a goalie, like you have to stay mentally tough through stuff like that. So if you got like your goalie like lashing out like that, like I don't know.
Yeah, and there wasn't like anything directly that I saw that was like, you know, someone cross-checked him and then he retaliated. It was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I
He
think
just,
he's a
like, lost
crybaby.
it.
I think he just likes to start stuff, and I
Yeah.
don't like him because I hope one day someone just beats the absolute you know what out of him. Because he's like a very like skinny guy. Like he's not like built.
He's not the biggest guy either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just saying, Robin Leonard could probably murder him. Like actually, like in cold blood.
Leonard in like a goalie fight for goalie
Would beat probably anyone.
Oh
so.
yeah, like 10 out of 10 taking him every day of the week.
Yeah, because I remember, I think he fought in the AHL one time. And I was like, I remember it was like, it's like a blurry clip. It's probably recorded on like a BlackBerry or something when those existed. And like, and I just remember he like smoked the other guy.
Yeah.
So ever since then, it's like.
Leonard's like a big guy that just doesn't. He could totally smoke Binnington. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be interesting.
Yeah,
They should allow goalie fights.
they should.
Bring those back.
Yeah.
Should. I'd lose in all mine, but
Hey, at least they'd be fun to watch.
it would be.
One more question for you guys. We've been asking guests. Oh wait, we can't do this.
Why not?
So we normally ask who. We should probably announce this as well. We normally ask guests what or who should be on next week.
Oh, okay.
However, next week, big announcement for the show. We're doing a 6-hour show because the radio station has a marathon fundraising thing that we do.
Okay.
It helps support a local hospital, local children's hospital, and everyone does marathon shows. So everyone does 6 hours. So we'll be on next Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. So if you guys would like to come back on for an hour or a bit, chat with some teammates, maybe bring some other guys on, feel free to let Rebecca know.
That would have to be the day Matt Gore gets on here.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
That's
Gore
true.
has to get on.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
finished reaching out to guys, so.
So right now we have Jack Darcy coming in between 7 and 8.
7 and 8,
And then Josh DePega will be in to round out the
coming
show.
in whenever he gets off of work.
And that's at like midnight.
He said he can come in around like 11.
Okay.
Do you think he can bring us pizza?
That'd be
Probably.
so sick.
If we
you
ask
guys,
Josh
that'd be
to
so
bring us some
sick.
pizza and to round out the last hour. So we're trying to fill up that schedule. But that's a big announcement. So normally we would ask guests who they want to see on the show next week, but you guys are kind of a special situation where, we're already planning it out for next week. But stay tuned for that, everyone, because that'll be an exciting show. Hopefully having a lot of good banter.
What day is it?
It's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday? Okay.
So same day, just starting 3 hours earlier, ending at the same time. 'Cause
Alright.
we technically have this time slot from 9 to midnight, but we just kind of go whenever we're done talking. So,
Sweet.
so yeah, that's it though. This has been episode 7. You'll have it up by Saturday, because we've actually been sticking to our upload schedule. Good job, Rebecca. Yeah.
Good job.
Small round of applause. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks.
That was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you for having me, and thanks for everything you guys do.
Yeah.
Spread the word with the guys in the locker room, especially the ones that haven't been.
Especially Gore.
Especially
Yeah,
Matt Gore.
we gotta get Gore on here.
Yeah,
I
jeez.
think you got. Oh no, Pickens is the only freshman that
Yeah.
hasn't been on yet.
Pickens hasn't been on.
You got to get him for next week,
Yeah.
and then Pickens will
I'm just
will
texting
round out the
everybody
freshman
on the
class.
team and
Imagine
hopefully
Pickens and
everybody
Gore.
responds.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be like
That'd
the
be
battle
very
of like the
interesting.
long hair.
Yeah.
that would be a great show for in terms of hair goes. But that's been it for the Number Chase podcast. We'll be back next week with the Tequila DJ show. 6 hours of hockey talk. You won't want to miss it. But as for us tonight, have a good one.